On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas.
Alright guys, welcome to another video. My name's Bad Anthony. First off, I want to say I will challenge anybody to a fist fight, in boxing, whatever. If you're down, let me know. Alright guys, if you're still asking whether crypto is dead after what literally just happened, you're not early, you're not late, but you're literally clueless. And that's not an insult, that's literally reality. And a lot of you are gonna hate me for this video because while you're staring at red candles and crying on Twitter, the most powerful people in the world are arguing over who gets to turn the money printer back on. Literally, that's what this is really about. Not Bitcoin charts, not altcoin charts, not your favorite influencers, but power, money, and control. Yesterday, Jerome Powell basically said out loud what everybody already knows.
Good evening. On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned in part a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment. Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do, with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people. Thank you.
Trump is pressuring the Fed to cut interest rate. And Powell's response wasn't, that's impossible. It was, yeah, he's trying. Read between the lines. That's not denial, guys. That's confirmation. Now, let me explain this to you like you guys are in 5th grade. I'm going to break it down to you. The Fed pretty much controls how expensive money is. High rates equals money is expensive. Low rates equals money is cheap. Now, cheap money doesn't sit in savings accounts. Cheap money runs. It runs into stocks. It runs into real estate. It runs into tech. And eventually, guys, it runs into crypto, what we're all so passionate about. And Trump knows that. Trump doesn't care about Bitcoin because of cool technology. He cares because markets going up makes the president look good. That's it. That's the secret. Every president wants a strong economy right before elections or midterms. Every strong economy is built on cheap money. Cheap money literally inflates assets. Now, here's where people get wrecked mentally. They hear Bitcoin hasn't exploded yet. So they think, oh, must be bearish. Wrong. That's like saying, guys, the oven isn't hot yet, so the food will never cook. We're not at that explosion phase. We're literally at the argument phase. The phase where politicians fight, central bankers resist, media spreads fear, and retail gives up. That's the phase before all the money floods into the system. And crypto always moves before people feel confident. Always. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to hear. Bull markets don't start when you feel excited. They start when you feel stupid for holding. They start when price action feels wrong, when headlines feel confusing, when everyone says, this doesn't make sense. That's the point. Because if it felt obvious, literally everyone would win. And that honestly never happens. Right now, people are calling this a bear market while governments are talking about easing, elections are approaching, debt is exploding, and printing money is literally the only solution left. How dare you? You think they're going to fix this thing by tightening money? No, they're gonna inflate it away. They always do. And literally, crypto exists because of that. That's why Bitcoin was created. That's why it never dies. That's why every cycle, people swear it's over and then act shocked when it comes back even stronger. Now, guys, this isn't about liking Trump. This isn't about liking Chairman Powell. This isn't even about politics. This is about incentives. Trump's incentive: make the economy look strong. Keyword, make it look strong. Powell's incentive: pretend he's independent until he isn't. The system's incentive: print, inflate, delay, collapse. And crypto's incentive: absorb that liquidity faster than anything else on earth. That's why people who understand this don't panic. They wait, they position, they let everyone else scream manipulation while money quietly shifts hands. So if you're watching this and you feel a little uncomfortable, good. That's what early feels like. If you feel angry, good. That's what cognitive dissonance feels like. And if you still think this is bearish, perfect. Markets love your disbelief in it. Because by the time you feel confident, the move is already over. So ask yourself one question, honestly. Are you reacting to candles, the chart? Or are you paying attention to who's fighting over the money printer? Because one of those gets you views and the other one gets you paid. What do you guys think? I want you to leave it down in the comments. Are you bullish for 2026? Who do you think the next Fed chairman is going to be? We got Kevin Hassett, the two Kevins, Kevin Hassett and Kevin Walsh. Both Trump handpicked Fed chairmen. Who do you guys think is going to be the next Fed chair? And what cryptos are you guys buying? Leave it down in the comments. Let's argue about it. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. I'll see you in the next. Bad Anthony out.